Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, so
Hi.
uh, I hope everyone has created their personal developer instance. I had uploaded a video recording showing how to do that. Uh, if anyone doesn't have the PDI with them right now, please let me know. We can quickly help them create one. Anyone without the PDI? Okay, so let me share the screen. Wait. So the PDI and the PDI yesterday, we learned about some of the form configurations, some of the form fields we have seen, and a little intro about ServiceNow. Uh, Today, we're going to learn about lists and their filters, how we can actually, apply some of the filters on the particular list in an incident application. So, and even before that, I would like to tell you a little about a little branding that we can do of a particular instance. We can do it either by themes, or we can put up our company logo just like that from the properties of ServiceNow, from the instance properties basically, and we can put up any logo we want, any name we can give it, requiring according to the client requirement. So changing the themes, we can go to preferences and we can select any of the themes from mm, dark or any of these we have learned yesterday. But if you want to do some other changes, you can go to left hand navigator and type system properties or
My
uh,
company.
properties. Yes, my company. You can try to change that thing, and there are other basic configurations. So under system properties, you will be able to find some basic configurations and my company, these two modules basically. So if you look at them, these are some of the basic configurations. You can give them the header name, the browser title name, which is currently ServiceNow. You can change it also and change the banner from here. So I changed it from a previous banner by default that was coming, and I changed it to a one particular logo. You can do the same from here also, and from this my company um, module. So this is a very simple one. You can just update one of your image. You can try to do that and also change the banner text, and you can try to do the same thing for from here also. Let's say and now give it the name of ServiceNow training, and it will change. So same thing, you can select the time zone, the date and time format and everything, and you can also select the change these colors, whatever the colors scheme you want. So let me just save this one, and these properties are updated now, and if you give it a refresh, it will take the new name. And if it doesn't take, you might need to log out and then log in. If it doesn't change instantly, yeah, it changed from ServiceNow, it changed to ServiceNow training. So these little tweaks you can do, these are one-time tweaks only, setup of your particular instance. So if we go into the incident application, uh, you will type incident, and this is the particular incident application which have all of these modules, uh, like a creative and all these. So if we click on all, so today we are going to work upon the filters basically, because applying the correct filter is very much necessary to find out the required data that you guys want or that is asked from you, and this is also very helpful in creating reports. So first of all, we need to know exactly what type of filter we need to apply. So this is a list. This contains all of the all of the
Gaurav,
columns in the database.
Gaurav, sorry to interrupt you. I have one doubt. Can I share my screen?
Yes, let me give you the privilege for doing that. Wait, just give me a second. Yes, now you can share.
Thank you. So I have created the ServiceNow account. After that, I have got this screen. So if I want to see everything like your screen, what I need to do?
No, this is the App Engine Studio screen that you're on. You click on the third tab in your browser. Click on the third tab in your Google Chrome.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is the screen. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same screen we are working on, and the tab that you had opened was App Engine Studio, which was used to create applications and configure those applications. So if you need to change the brandings, you can type properties in here, properties, and scroll down. Not this one. And this is the activity subscription properties. You scroll down to the very bottom, and under system properties, scroll down to the very last. Scroll up a little bit, find an application with the name system properties. Yeah, probably this one. Scroll up. No, scroll up a little more. Scroll up. Yeah, this one. So under system properties, you have all these things: basic configuration UI 16, and my company. So
Okay.
you can open any of these, either my company or this basic configuration. So majorly, most of the things that we will be going to use, they will be present under system properties.
Okay.
So click on this basic configuration. You can click on it. So this is the screen that we were showing you, and you can change the logo up to your requirement. You can download a logo or create a logo or get the logo from the logo designing team, and they can give you the logo in the PNG format. You can paste it over here, give it the required browser title and headers. And you can also change the color scheme using these colors, which is a drop down. Yes. So when you save this, you will see the changes instantly. Now refresh this page. It is asking you to refresh the page. So the color scheme for you will also change right now, and the tab title will change to ServiceNow training. If you click on home,
Is it only for me to visible this screen very small, or it's for everyone?
no, the configuration that you are doing, this will be the basic configuration, the adding the headers and everything, they will be for everyone. But the color scheme that you try to change, it will be only available for you. So
Here it is.
they're the locked in user specific. So let's say you trying to. Yes, you were saying something.
I was
So
just
it is.
saying, I can see the screen which you are sharing is a very small window. So is it for everyone is very small, or it is for me only, just like in center, a small window?
No, it's Moni who is sharing, and yeah, it's almost, yeah, it's full screen for me at least. You can try to zoom into it. There are multiple options, or double click in the middle. You can try. So you see, Moni, you have
Gaurav,
given it the name.
this is the name, right? We changed ServiceNow training.
Yeah, the first is this, and the second is the tab title that is coming
Yeah.
in. So this is similarly, you can change the logo of it and look and feel. Same thing you
So
can
I
do from
changed
my
the
company
color
tab.
also, right? Where I can see that color?
That color will be visible. Wait, go to the properties again. Probably you might need to log out and log in.
Oh.
Go to system properties. Scroll down a little more. Yes. Basic configuration, US 16 or basic configuration, any of these things. So these are banner and list caption background color. So this is the background color for banner caption basically. Can you change it to bright red? Let's see what happens. So try to save it now. And banner text color is gray. So the background color will be coming as red and the text color will come as gray. You might need to log out and then log in again. So click on log out and log in from the second tab you had. Yeah, open instance. These are one-time things. Okay, this might be a changing of something else probably, but these are one-time setup. You don't need to do it day-to-day basis. This is once set it will always be there and people don't change it majorly. You can try to play around in this, what it actually changes. But it should change the banner, which is there in the black color. And if it is not changing, I will check how we can change it.
Good.
Yeah,
I'll
you
stop
can
this.
stop sharing now. Okay. So coming to the lists, I was trying to show the main thing that is very much required in ServiceNow. See, uh, ServiceNow actually stores the data as as a records in every table. So everything is a record inside ServiceNow, whether it is an incident record or a problem record or any configuration record that we're doing. Everything is stored as a record inside a ServiceNow database. So we have to have find everything as part of a database. So all of these fields that you're seeing are basically the columns in the database. And these things are the rows or the records. These are the rows inside the database. So uh, you can take it as a simple SQL database, but some of the things are differently designed. They are ServiceNow proprietary. So you cannot run SQL queries inside ServiceNow. You have other APIs to do that. But many of them are very easily available. You can just select some of the configurations, change some of the configuration settings or drop downs. You can try to find your required data. So to do that right now, I'm giving you one example how we can actually filter out the data. So currently we have 69 records inside this particular incident table. So these are all of the records.
69 items are you only created, right?
No. These came out of the box and I only created this one yesterday and these two.
Okay,
So
but
out of
when
the
I
box,
check, yeah, my system, when I click on this incidents, I am getting only one incident.
only one incident. You probably have to click on over here, click on all, or you might not have logged in as a system administrator. These two things are possible.
Yeah, when I check all, I'm getting 67.
Yeah, so 67 are by default out of the box. So probably what you had opened is when you type incident on the left hand navigator, you might have clicked on open or resolved. This will apply a filter after this all which says active true. So right now I'm seeing 41. So this is the filter that I'm trying to show you right now. If you click on all, you will see every record that you have, and then you can apply a filter further on to filter out the records that you want. So let's say I want let's say my manager comes up and ask me, okay, Gaurav, find out mm, the incident that are in closed state. Give me the incidents, all the incident or the list of the incident that are currently closed and not in open and not in new state, any of the state. So the main filter I will apply is I will click on this funnel icon. This is a filter icon, and I can select the drop down and select the name of the field that my manager has given. So I will select state, and state from the drop down I will select is, because I want all of this incident which have the state is equal to closed. If I select is not, it will be opposite of that. Is one of, and all these things I will tell you later on, but let's just find all of the incident that have state as closed. So if you click on state is closed and click on this run button, this will run the filter and filter out all of the incidents that you have in your incident table, and show you only those incidents that have closed state. So this is one thing that you can apply filter, and you can also see this filter or read this filter, which is saying after all you have applied a filter which says state is equal to closed. So this is one thing. And the same filter you can apply in one or two ways. You can use this funnel icon to apply the filter or remove the filter. Let's say I want to remove the filter right now, and so the shortest thing I can do is, so the fundamental thing I can do is I can click on this funnel icon and I can click on this X to delete this particular filter and run again. This will now remove this filter and give me all of the data, all of the records that are there. These are unfiltered record. They don't have any filter. And one thing I can do is same kind of filter I can apply over here. But let's just try to apply one more filter, which says give me all of the incident that are having the priority as one critical. So can anyone tell me how can we filter out these records which have priority as one?
So you can click on one critical, right click and show matching.
Yes, show matching. Uh, so who was that? Can you, before saying, can you please give us the name also? So yeah, this is a very good thing. Uh,
Abhishek.
Abhishek. Okay, thank you, Abhishek, for that. So after applying the filter from this filter funnel, there is one more method you can do the same thing. Is if you want to put up a filter, you can directly right click on that particular value. Let's say I want to apply the filter on the priority field, and in the priority field I want the values or all the states that have priority as one critical. I can right click on this and I can click on show matching. If I click on show matching right now, it will apply the filter very easily and in a very short time for me, which says priority is equal to one critical, and it will now show me all of the records that are of priority one. So
And if you click on filter, it will show the condition also.
yes, correct. So if you now click on the filter icon or expand it, you can see priority is one. That's the same thing that we've done from, selecting the filters, clicking on the drop down and then selecting these values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the same thing we have done in a very short time using the right click button and doing a show matching. So the same thing, let's run it right now. Remove the filter and run. Right now we're back to the all of the records without the filter. And let's say I have this particular filter applied which says priority is equal to one. So if I want to remove this filter, uh, I can just either click on this all. I don't have to go again and again on filter icon and then click on this X button. Either I can click on this all. It will remove the filter that are after this particular keyword all. So, and if I remove this particular condition, if I click on this particular greater than icon, so it will remove the next condition ahead of this. So these two are the same things. Let me click on this. So it will remove the next condition, and click on this. It will remove the condition and give me all of these. So let me apply one filter which says priority is equal to one critical and state is equal to closed. So my manager comes up and asks me, Gaurav, please apply this particular filter which says give me the records which are priority one and were actually closed. So I will find out priority from this particular field and select the priority, actual priority, which is one. And the condition I can put up is state is equal to closed. So these two filters, the and condition will actually apply. I hope you are very much aware of and or conditions. which says and will include or satisfy both of the conditions, and or will be okay with satisfying any one of the condition. I will show you how this thing actually works. So this particular filter is saying, show me all of the records which have priority 1 and state is equal to closed. So right now we only see 11. But if I give me a second, please. Yeah. mm, Instead of doing an and condition, so this is saying all of these conditions must be met. This should also be true and this should also be true. If I remove this and condition and run it, so I will see 28 records because it is showing me only priority 1 critical. But if I remove, if I apply an or condition which says the same condition, let's say priority is 1 or state is closed, so this will try to satisfy any of these conditions. So if any of these conditions is found to be true, it will return the record and it will show you the list of those records. So it will show you all of the records which have priority 1 also, and all of the records which does not have priority 1 but they are in closed state. It will also show you all of the records which are not in closed state but also have the priority 1 critical. So let me show you. This will try to satisfy any one of the condition. So we now have 21 records and you can see the condition is saying priority 1 critical or state is equal to closed. So it is showing me all of the records which is satisfying any of these two conditions, and you expand this and you say it is now not saying all of the conditions must be met. So this is how the or condition works. And the same thing we can actually do is we can, okay, to remove this condition, I can click on this greater than icon, it will remove the next condition, or I can click on this all, it will remove all of the conditions and give me all the records. So this is one thing. Let me apply this one filter by using the shortcut. So
Like, if you want to add this particular filter to the favorites, how can we do that?
yeah, we can definitely do that. Let me add some filters which says priority is equal to 1. So this particular thing is added, and now you have this particular save button. So instead of running, you can actually save this filter. Yeah, and give it a name as P1 incidents. And this is visible to me or everyone or the group. So you can make it visible to anyone you want. And this is now saved. You can actually save this filter, and this one is done. And you can select this filter from here which says P1 incident which we recently created. So if you want to directly apply this particular filter, let's say you are on this incident form showing you all of these incident, you can select this hamburger icon, go to your filters, and you can click on this particular filter. It will show you all of those incidents. The filter is already applied. This is very helpful creating a favorite filter when you have a lot of filtered things. Let's say a big filter you're running. Let's say this one is running and this one is running and this one is also running. So let's say priority is 1, state is closed, and category is equal to hardware. So you have to use this filter a lot of times. So you can actually save this filter and give it the name, let's say my company filter, right? And you can save it. And so whenever you're coming on the incident form, let's say you're coming from here and clicking on all, so whenever you want to apply, you can just go here and select the filter and click on your filter, and your big long filter will be applied. You don't have to apply it again and again. So this was one thing, applying the filter or filtering the fields from the records. If I remove them one by one, it will remove the condition one by one to the right, from the right side of the condition builder. So yeah, coming to this, one shortcut was right clicking and doing show matching. This will actually show you all the records which are matching this particular condition which says one critical. The other thing you can do is filter out. So let's say my manager comes up, says, Gaurav, give me all of the incident records that does not have the priority 1 and can have any other priority but 1. Or instead of 1, show me all of the records that have the priority other than 1. So I will try to build this particular filter. priority is 2, priority is 3, priority is 4. That's not a good way of doing it. So I will say priority is not. Priority is not critical. So it will show me all of the records that does not have the priority as critical. So 3, there are 5, there are 2, everything will be there, but 1. And the filter is saying something like this is not equal to 1 critical. So this is one way you can do this particular filter. Go to go to filter funnel, filter condition builder, and priority is not critical. This is one way, removing this condition right now. And the one thing you can do is right click on this and do a filter out. So if I want to filter out this particular value from all of the records where the priority field, I can just click on this. It will be the same thing. If I click on filter out, it will say, give me all of the records where priority is not equal to 1 critical or priority is not equal to null. This is more robust because sometimes you might have the priority as an empty priority. There are sometimes, but yeah. So it is saying priority is not 1 or priority is none. That is, it is empty or null or something. Give me all of these records. So it will run, it will give you same 41 records, and the same thing. Even you can try to remove this particular thing and run again, you will get it same 41 records. So one thing was show matching, other thing was filtering out. This is very much used in day-to-day basis, day-to-day life. You want to filter out something, you can just directly click on it and do show matching and do filter out. So one thing you can do it this way. And second thing you can do is, let's say I'm here on the list, so I don't want to use this condition builder or the filter funnel icon and select state is equal to close or something like this. No, I don't want to do that. And instead of, what is the other way I can do is I can directly write in this particular state field. So if you're not able to see this search icon or this search field, you can click on this magnifying glass and you will be able to see the search field from the list, and you can just directly type your value, the field value you want. So I want all of the incident that have state is equal to closed. So I can type closed over here and either hit enter, or yeah, hitting enter is only there because run is not there. So this will give me all of the state, all of the incident where the state is actually closed. So instead of building the filter from here, I have just write the exact value in that particular field, and I got my records, 28 records. Let's say I can search for a short description which says which says keyboard. So I will try to find all of the incident record in which short description contains the word keyboard. So I can go here, I can type this thing, short description contains keyboard. I can run this filter and it will give me all of the record which says short description contains keyboard. So if you open this, this is saying short description contains keyboards, and that's how we can also do this. So star asterisk will actually find something inside that particular field value. So if you're trying to give it a word, it will try to find that particular word. So let's say I'm back on the all and I'm trying to find all of the incident that contains the keyword my. So if I hit enter right now, I see 16 records. 16 incidents are like this, which contains the keywords my. So that's how one thing that you can do is star this. And if you directly type this as my without the star, what it will do is it will try to find the incident records that starts with this keyword. Short description starts with this, short description starts with this, my PDF docs are all logged and my disk is having still. So if you apply the star asterisk signature, it will find this particular keyword everywhere inside the value of this particular field. But if you remove the star, it will only find it from the start. Similarly, if you put it somewhere at the end, So the file starts with this, or let's say file. Yeah, this also saying this thing contains. So one filter you can apply is let's say short description starts with something, which is short description starts with my, and you can actually find it. And other thing you can do is a short description ends with file. So you can find out this particular filter which says this particular incident is having the short description which is ending with this particular keyword, which is file. So the shortcut you can apply is percentage file. So when you're in your all records without any filter, you can type this particular thing, ends with file, right? Or ends with my. If I try to find any of the record which is having short description that is ending with my keyword, I probably not be able to find anything. Yeah, we don't have any incident record which is having a short description that is ending with my. So these filters you can try and play around with your data inside your particular instance. So there are a lot of things. Let's say short description starts with, ends with, contains, does not contain. So give me all of the records where the short description does not contain the keyword my. So it will remove all these that contains the keyword my and give you all of the keywords that does not contains my. So this is the shortcut, exclamation, asterisk, and the keyword, actual keyword. You can build the filter from the condition builder also. This filter does not contain the keyword my. So you can try to see all of these is will try to give you the exact match. So I can say the short description is my. So we might not be able to find anything which contains the exact short description, nothing less, nothing more. So we don't have anything which have short description, only my. So you can try to find it something like this, which says my keyboard is not working, or yeah, copy this and directly paste this. It will mean the same. This will mean the same thing like starts with, and if you put up an equal to mark, this will say short description is equal to this whole text. So you can try to find this. Similarly, you can find it using numbers or any of the field you can apply your filter on. So applying filter is very much necessary. Let's say I want to find an incident which says the record number is 3, INC 001003, and I hit enter. It will give me all of the incidents. What, we don't have any incident 3? We don't have an incident 3, sorry, but we have 90003. So if I try to find an incident with a number, exact number, I can do it with this particular filter. Why? Oh, I applied 000. It is actually 00 only. My bad. So you can, find an incident with this particular number. You can try to do this starts with, or even contains, not this slash, sorry, even contains, or even any of the number. Let's say an incident number contains 9003. You can hit enter and you will get your particular incident. So I hope you got it very well right now, that how we can use starts with, end with, contain, does not contain is. And give me all of the incident record that have assignment group as empty. So let's just go to assignment group is nothing, right? Assignment group is empty, and if I run right now, it will give me all of the incident record which have assignment group as empty. So we have 29 incident record where assignment group is actually empty, right? And the very much required or the important filter which we will be using a lot in ServiceNow is sort by, created by. So let's say created, give me all of the incidents that were created today or yesterday. Let's say we created 2 yesterday, right? So give me all the incidents that were created yesterday. So we created these 2 incidents yesterday, right? Similarly, your manager can come up to you and ask you for the reports. Okay, give me all of the incidents that were created last week or something like this. So you can select this week or last week, and you can actually select last 15 minutes ago, current, this 90 days, and all of these days. So let's just try to select the incident that were created last month if we have some. So no, we have nothing created on last month. Let's just try to find the incident that were created in last 90 days. Yeah, we have these. So we are now able to see all of the incidents that were created in this particular time frame, created on last 90 days. These are the incidents. This contains all of the incidents that were created yesterday also, these two, and all of the incident that were created between, within this 90 days. You can use these filters and apply these filters. You can choose a specific date also. Let's say I want to select yesterday's date, which says 14 of May. So give me all of the incidents that were created on this specific day. So you can see this one. How it is actually filtering is, so there are a lot of fields, or you can say mm, columns, but we say fields. Yeah, they are actually columns because they're standing here. So one thing you can change or apply the personalization is, you can click on this gear icon which says personalized list, and add or remove whatever fields you want to actually see over here. Let's say I want to remove assignment and assignment group. I can click on this assign to and assignment group. I can bring them to the left. I don't want them on this particular screen. So I also want to remove the category field, and I also want to remove no, nothing else. I want to bring created and created by to the right side. So these are the available fields. These are so many fields on this particular incident form that are available. You can see them on this particular list view. I bring created to the right and also bring created by to the right. So these two I have bring, and I have clicked on OK. And you see my list will now change. There is no assigned to or assignment group over here in this particular list. And there are two new fields added, which is created and created by. So this particular setup or the alignment of these fields is specifically for you, the user who have logged in. So they will not be applied to other users who are seeing this. So they can also log into their instance and use this gear icon to personalize their particular list according to their needs. Let's say I only want to see these 4 fields. Remove everything. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only want to see these 6 fields. So my list will now be containing only these 6 fields. I can personalize my list however I want to. And you can apply one of the filter. Let's say your manager comes up to you and asks, give me all of the records that were created yesterday. So yeah, we have applied the filter like this. So all of the records created yesterday. I will quickly apply it right now also. And give me an order. So you can also group by, you can also filter out or order these things. So you can sort in ascending order or descending order, however you want to. So if you click on sort Z to A, you will see in the particular format that this particular incident was created 24 hours ago, and this one was created, yeah, it is saying hours, but yeah, at 1954, that one was created at 2011. And if you remove this filter and click on this again, now it will do it as a ascending order, smaller to bigger. So yeah, recent to the last one. So if you click on all again and you directly click on this sort Z2A, you will see them in this particular format, the ones that were created recently and the ones that were created the last very old incident. So the date is 9/12/2023. You can apply this filter. This is, you can go to the first page and you can navigate to the next 20 records. By default, the incident list will give you only 20 records to see. This is for the ease of visibility, and also on the ease of performance on the instance, because loading so many records at the same time will be, will impact performance of the instance also. So by default, ServiceNow has given you to only see 20 records. So if you want to, you can instead of doing this sort A to Z, you can directly click on this particular field. So you can just click on this arrow icon, only left click, sort in descending order, click again, sort in ascending order. This will change the order. You can directly click on it and it will change the order. Similarly, you can do the same thing for updated field. Let's say now sorted this updated in the descending order, latest to the oldest, and now oldest to the latest. So 2015, 2016, all of these. So that's how you can apply the sorting filter to it. And similarly, you can apply the sort filter for the number. These are now filtered by the number. I hope you understand. So this is how you can actually apply the filters and how you can personalize the list. So one thing I want to quickly cover up right now is uh, moving ahead from this topic of applying filters. Please play around with these filters in your own instance. Uh, you can try to imagine any of the scenarios and apply these particular filters. So right now, let me start with some of the user creations also, because every time whenever an instance or whenever any application comes up, let's say either it's a Facebook, there will be users created that can use that particular application. So if you type users on the left hand navigation or left navigator filter, you will see so many things and so many applications and modules coming up which contains users inside it. So but what we want is actually is you can click on any of these and apply the filter, but what specifically we want is user administration and users. So this will take you to the users table. How we can say we are on the users table is by this particular name also, and by looking at the URL which says sys underscore users underscore list. Underscore list is showing you the list of the table, but the actual name is sys underscore user. So this is a very important table, sys user table inside ServiceNow. Currently we have 626 users out of the box, and we can create any of the users we want to. We can create them manually or we can create them by external sources. But yeah, let me just quickly try to create some of the users manually
So
for our learning purpose. Yes. Anyone had any question up
yeah,
until
this is
now?
what is the difference between where you went and where is if you go to system security and users?
Yeah, so if you go to, where is that,
System
system security, it will take you to the same table actually. But that kind of application, it's the same application, it's the same module that is residing under different applications. So you can see the same thing in system security also, and in, but in service administration, these are user groups. So we can try to click on anything, but we will redirect it to the same thing, because users table is the main sys user table. What you have to take care is in this particular text over here, this is the table name. So let me take you
so
to,
so
yeah,
basically, as per my understanding, the users table reside in multiple modules, and if we click on any of them, it will land it to the same place.
yeah, it can. So some of the modules will actually land you to a different, let's say, mm, how would I tell you? Let's say there are properties. Yeah, sometimes it is, and sometimes they can land you with an applied filter. Let's say we're looking at logs. So under, so under this particular system logs, we have the system which says logs as all, and logs as warnings, and logs as errors. So it will actually take you to the same table, which is syslog table. This is also syslog table, and this is also syslog table, but it is applied as a different filter. So these are created on today, these are created on today but level warning, and these are created on today but level error. So that's why we tend to go directly to the user administration, because it is foolproof and people will not get confused. So go to the actual application and select the actual module you want to look at it. So let's say I type user again. So it is a good idea that I go with the fundamentals and go into user administration only, because right now I want to create users. uh, yeah Agreed that you can also create users from system security, because we have all these modules, users, groups, and roles. It will take you to the same place, but right now we are administering them, we're creating them, right? So it's a good idea to create the users. Click on the users module from this thing.
So my doubt is, Gaurav, like if we go to that particular module, system module also, if we create the user, it will like create the user in that same table, right?
Correct, no issues. It's the exact same thing, but the
Hmm.
same thing, same module is given in a different application also. So how we have seen as uh, my company, which we recently did. My company, not even my company, properties. We recently changed the logo, right? And what we actually accessed was these basic configuration, my company, and all of these things. So this is basic configuration, this is basic configuration UI 16. Both of them are actually same table. You see, system properties UI, and both of them are actually redirecting us to the same thing. We can try to work between these, but this thing has some options, this thing has some more options. So if you want to play with color themes, morning, you can try to apply this one, change colors from here. So it's what we have to keep an eye on is what is the exact table we are working on. So we have to keep an eye on this particular thing. Okay, I'm trying to create a user inside sys user table. It should not be any other table that I'm trying to work on, or there should not be any applied filters. So even if I'm on sys user table, I will make sure I click on this all to remove any of the filter, and I see all of the users. That are 626 users right now. So to create a user, you can simply click on new, and it will give you a form that will have to fill, give them the user ID, and oh, sorry, I hi Nagaraju. Okay, I was not able to add him for a long time, so sorry for that. So
Sorry, there is a network issue from my side. That's the reason I'm joining again and again.
okay, what have you missed? So we covered the list filters right now. I hope you haven't missed a lot of them. If any of you guys miss something, you can directly reach out to Prasad, message him, and he will inform me. And if by mistake I miss someone, then we can quickly add them to the class. So after applying the filters, Nagaraju, we were trying to create users, and to create users, we create users inside a module, which is a user administration, or as other people said very correctly, is system security. But we have to find the users application. So under users administration, we see users and groups and their roles and everything. So we'll click on users table. It will take us to the users table. We can identify the table name. This is the sys underscore user table, and underscore list is showing us the list actually. So it will showing us the list of all of the users, but the actual name is sys underscore users. I will show you the uh, use of this list keyword, which is also very useful. So to create the users, we will come to this particular table, sys user table, and click on new, and we can fill out the form and we can create some users. So for the training purpose, let's just create some of the users, and I will show you what all permissions we can give them. So the first user that we're trying to create is um, st dot itil. So training.itl, and the first name will be training, and the last name you can give any name you want, but I'm trying to be specific because we can identify by the name also. So the title I have given is training ITL, and this is the same thing. You can apply any of this, try to fill as much data as you want, but even if you don't fill, just fill the mandatory things, right? So we can just click on, we can right click on this form, on this header, and click on save. One way doing this, we can save here. One way is we can submit, and we can do the same save and other things from here also. So right click and click on save. So first user we have created is, we previously had 626 users. So when we have created, this is showing us a notification that primary email device for this particular user is created. So that means this user is actually created. So if we click on the users again, or go back, or let's just click on the users again, the users list, we have 627 users now. How can we see where is our ITL user which we created? Is we can filter out by created, click on this, and we will see our newly created user is here, training ITL. Let's create another one, or let's just open this one. So let me create another one by clicking on this new icon again, new button. Let me create training dot service desk. First name will be training, and the next name will be service desk, and the title will be training is space service desk. So no need to even give the email, that is not mandatory. So this second user is created. Now I want to create a third user. So see, I'm doing the same thing. I'm filling this particular thing, filling this thing, third field and the fourth field, and I'm doing it again and again. Instead of doing it, there is a shortcut you can do is, let me just create another user, which is self-service training dot. So I will, on this particular form, on this user record, I'm trying to modify this existing user, the training service desk user. We'll try to rename it and say training dot self service and training dot self service, training dot self service. So instead of clicking on save or update or submit or anything, I will do one thing. So I will try to insert and stay. So insert and stay will, what will do, create a copy of the current record with the modified value. It will not modify the current record, but it will create the new copy with these new values. So if I by mistakenly save it, it will modify the old record, which was our service desk user, and replace or rename it to the self-service user. But I don't want to do that. I want to keep that old record also and insert this new record also. So if I click on insert, right now we have 3 records. So if you again go and click on users and go to user administration, click it in a new tab, you will see right now we have 629 users, training ITIL, training service desk, and training self-service, right? Similarly, I can do the same thing for one of our last user is ITIL manager. Training dot ITIL manager and training space ITIL manager, and I will do the same thing, insert and stay. So it will not impact my existing record. It will actually create a copy. I don't have to fill everything again and again. So we have created these 4 users: training ITIL, training service desk, training self-service, and training ITIL manager. For one, we had given an email. For others, we didn't, because it's not mandatory field in that particular form. So these particular users are created, and if you try to even log in with these users, you can actually log in, but it will not contain anything because the name is showing them something, but it doesn't contain any of the roles. Let's say I'm coming to training ITIL manager. This user is created, very well done. Its name, its first name, title, everything is created, but this user is not entitled to any role or is not part of any group or anything. So it's right now it's exactly like a dummy user on or an external user without any roles. So I will also show you the difference, what roles actually makes the difference. So let's just open the training ITIL user first and try to give it some roles. So if you scroll down in the roles related list, these are the related list, guys, which are related to the particular record. I will show you how. So if we try to give the role or assign the role to this particular user, which is training ITIL, let me try to assign ITIL role only for this. So I will try to select ITIL and bring it to the right side and click on save. So right now our training ITIL user has all these roles. You see, we only gave him one role, and all of these roles are automatically inherited because ITIL have all these roles inside it, right? So we gave them only ITIL role, but other roles are inherited with ITIL because they are part of this particular role. So we have given this ITIL role. Now closing this tab, let's give another role to this guy's service desk. Service desk can also take ITIL role. Uh, t- 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 So this also have 41 roles. Closing this also. Self-service. Self-service will be the external user or the self-service user. Let's not give it any role right now. And close it, not required. And the ITIL manager, if you guys see. The ITIL manager will have two roles, which is ITIL and ITIL admin. So you can try to give any role you want, but I'm just trying to be specific because of the names and their functionality. We've given them two roles, and let's see how many roles got added. 49 for this. So how you can actually verify is you can refresh this and try to log into this particular instance using these. Let's say I open this. Not this. Let me open self-service guy and try to set a password for this. Generate. So this particular password is generated, and let me open this and copy this into the notepad, and let me open the incognito window, grab my URL, and we're trying to log in with self-service user, the user which does not have any role. I will show you what all it can see actually. So to log in, oops, I haven't saved it, my bad. Generate, copy and save and close. Save the new password and the user ID. With the user ID, they can actually log in. And this thing is saying password needs reset. So when the first time I will try to log in, it will actually ask me to reset the password. So I have logged in with the self-service user. It is now asking me to reset the password. Current password, let me give it quickly, and let me fulfill this password requirement, which says
So Gaurav, like all our like we are also like users only, right? For ServiceNow, like our credentials also will go to this particular table only.
yes, all of the user's credential will get saved into this user table.
Okay.
But there are some criteria that does not allow you to save. Actually, it will encrypt your password, or anyone cannot see the password. And even if someone or the admin wants to change it, they can just generate it and they
Yes,
cannot
yeah.
see it here. So there are some other methodologies. So even when the admin generates it, he will not be able to see it. An automatic email will be shoot out, which only you can see your password. So let me try to give another password. I don't know why. System 20RD.
So if we give that, if we did not give the email address here, that is the reason it is not going to that email address. So like if we give any email address, it will not allow us to log in as this user, right?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So for this particular user which we have created now, we did not give any password, any email.
Yes.
So that is the reason it is allowing us to log in as this user.
No, it's not like that. Any user can be logged in without the email also. They only need a username. So,
Okay.
but yeah, email sometimes it is mandatory, because when so right now we're creating users manually, but in real time scenarios or in organizations, you will not create one user, users one by one manually, because there are thousands of users that are
Yes.
coming in and
Yes.
going out. So there are some external systems. Let's say an HR system is there, which is keeping a record of users. So ServiceNow will integrate with those HR system and will run some schedules or on day-to-day basis, which will fetch out the data of newly created users and remove the data the users that have left the organizations or something like that. So this is completely automated, but I can show you by creating manually how
So in
things
the
actually
real
work.
world, we are having some authentication mechanism, like we cannot log in like this, even
Correct,
we
correct.
have that.
We'll have SSOs and other things, so we can log in using that only.
Yeah.
It needed any digits, so yeah.
I'm trying to give them. Invalid current password. My bad. Okay, we're in. So when a self-service user logs in, you see this is an external user which will only be able to see these modules, because this doesn't have any role. So this is a self-service user. He can only access to these particular modules, which I've shown you also last time. This doesn't have any incident. He can create the incident and only be able to see the incident that were created by him only. So this is one thing. And instead of actually logging here, I explained you one more scenario, which was impersonating the users. So I've shown you how to actually log in. That is one thing. Let's see why ITIL manager doesn't have any role. Refresh. Yeah, it has. So let's say I am right now service system administrator, and I'm trying to impersonate with this guy. I don't have his login credentials, but yeah, I can impersonate using this particular feature. And I'm impersonating with this ITIL manager. So I want to show you two different things. What ITIL manager can see, because he have some roles and privileges, so he directly landed to this particular workspace. And what all modules he can see is, see, ITIL manager will basically work on the tickets, right? He will resolve, will close, he will try to rectify these tickets. So these are all of the things that this guy has. He has access to these all three modules, incident problem change and the CMDB and service catalog and all of this, because these things are coming from the roles
These
that
roles
we
are
have.
already already created roles, Gaurav.
No, yeah, these are by default created inside ServiceNow. So
Okay.
you can select from these roles, and you can create your own roles also. But ServiceNow basically gives you every possible role that you might think of. Let's say it's a developer role, it's an admin role, it's a security admin role, even it's an ITL role, or some
Basing on that
page
role only,
designer.
they have already created
The
that
modules,
privileges access also.
yes, all of these access you can try to see. Let's say someone is coming up to you and saying, I'm not able to see these particular things or modules in left hand navigator, but my colleague is able to see. So you can actually you'll have to go to that particular guy and compare his roles with his colleagues, whether he have the exact same matching roles or not, or there are some other things that you need to do for troubleshooting, whether some of the ACLs are running specifically for him or that particular group he belongs to. So we have created these things. You can see this guy is now able to go to all of these things. ITIL is directly landed to a workspace page, because ITIL managers will work on these things only. So Coming to one more part, we are right now on workspace also. So this is basically service operations workspace. So initially when ServiceNow started, everyone was working. Uh, what is my 26? Just copy this. So people were actually working on this backend. This is native view. Oh, let me log out, or let me end impersonation. Previously, when everyone was working, they were working on this particular screen. So whatever they wanted to do, they were doing it from here, going to incident, and creating these incident, resolving these incident, everything. But and then it came out to be that end users can create incidents from a service portal. Portal is something. So see, it is ideally very correct thing. Even if you are an end user or a self-service user, it's not a good idea. This is a self-service user. It's not a good idea to give them access to this particular backend. This is first of all for developers or for admins, and they don't want to come here, or the business doesn't want them to come here. So usually they are redirected to this particular link. So your company name and your domain name slash the portal name, this is SP, service portal. I will show you what it is, and we can work on this later on. But every end user, usually it's the business requirement, does not have access to that backend page which we were seeing previously. They only have access to this particular page. So this is like requesting page or creation of tickets page or anything. So you can request something. I'm a self-service user, I will be redirected to this page, and I can create an incident, or I can do anything from here. Can we help you? I can request for any of these things. What all of these are catalog items, and we are trying to request something from a service catalog. So let me try to create one incident from this service portal page. So this is the end user view, or whatever the thing that end user will see. I will show you the whole chronology, how things will actually work. Give me a second. So an end user comes up over here. They try to create one incident. Okay, I um, right, something like this. So it will give you suggestions also. You have something with your laptop, you can do it. If it is up to your requirement, you can select it and order it, or go to that particular catalog item. And if it doesn't, you can directly submit. End user will come here and submit his particular incident, and the next page he will be able to see is this. I hope all of you might be aware of this. That's how incident gets created. And then user comes here, he types like any progress or something, and he can see what is happening onto his ticket. Right now the state priority is urgent, and he can actually see what is happening to my tickets if we have any comments or something. And he can see the state is new, the ticket is not assigned to anyone. Right, what ITILs will do, or the backend users will do, they will try to, previously what they were doing is they were refreshing the screen. Okay, we have one incident created from this particular user. Let me open it. Okay, he's having an issue with his laptop. Let me give him a replacement. So he will assign this to a particular group, let's say hardware group. He will assign this to a particular group, and a person from the hardware group also, let's say ta 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 mm, star we can see who all are member of this particular group. Let's say he assigned this to Fred Letty, and he saved this particular thing. So the state will become in progress, and that person can see instantly that his particular incident state is now in progress. So
So
that is
for
one thing.
uh,
Yep.
for that user, the incident creation will be completely different, right? Like for the admin, it is completely different. The
Yes,
screen or
exactly. So for the backend people, it will actually be completely different. He is only able to see these things, only these particular fields or these options. But see,
Gaurav, can you repeat this once for like create one more request? No?
yeah, let me do that. So end users actually come to this particular screen, which is a portal. We call it a portal, or you can call it a landing page for end users, which does not belong to the system, or that does not have specific privileges. So they come up here. They can request for anything. They can request for a new laptop, they can request for a leave, anything that they can do over here. Let me show you what all things we have. They can request for password reset. They can click on this new hire form, and they can do anything. So let me just for one more thing, example, let me create one more incident. And what all you can see is in hardware they can request for all these things. I want a new device, or I want a new laptop, or I want a charger replacement, or anything. They can request from here, mobiles and printers and office peripherals and all these things. So these are all the things that an end user can do. So these are coming by default from ServiceNow in your personal developer instance. We call them as a so this is a service catalog. Basically, you see over here, this is service catalog, and these are all of the catalog items. So you can search for any specific catalog item, whatever you want is, let's say, computer. And if it has something, it will give you, if you hit enter. So loan or laptop, you can, whatever contains a computer, it will show you all of these things. And also you can create incidents from here. So one incident we created, it is coming up over here as my open incident. Sorry for that. And I can also create one more incident from here. So I will just go to the service catalog, request something, or even I can try to find create incident from here. And hit enter. It will show me what all things we have as a catalog item. So this is a record. I can directly go here and create an incident. Okay, a medium quality. Something like this. So according to the thing you type in description, it will give you, try to find an exact match for your request, and try to give you the options which you can actually select from, whether you want a new email ID or new email account or something. But yeah, we don't want anything right now. We can quickly submit. So this guy submitted one ticket or one incident saying my email is not working. So he can see this particular screen, and this ticket in the backend is created inside ServiceNow. You go back to the list view, not here, over here. So we had 70, now we have 71. Which one is now created? Yeah, the 10004 is now created, saying my email is not working. So this guy come up and assign this to do we have email team or we have software group? So he can select the category, right? It was inquiry or help or something. He can select, okay, this is a requirement for help, what an email help he need, and he assigned to the required or specific team that he's aware of. The backend guy, let me see whether we have any of these things. So if I try to find email, I try to find a group that is working for email. So we don't have any. So let me try to find software group. So I try to find software group and assign this particular thing to the software people, and I will save this. So now the request will actually change from new to in progress state, and that guy can also be able to see it in progress state. And he can.
Gaurav, one more question. Like the users which you are created, like we can't see in our
In your instances, yes.
Okay.
So you'll have to create them exactly the same way. You can refer to this particular recording.
So
and you
like
can,
so ServiceNow also provides that mechanism, right? Only like which are you are created only with your instance, you can see that roles.
yes, correct. So in my particular instance, I created in this instance 267906, I created 4 users. ITIL service
So like
desk.
which are like currently which I am or we are seeing, these are like those incidents are created for all the instance.
Yes, the 67 incidents that you have in your screen, they came out of the box. So they are demo or dummy instance, dummy records or dummy incidents that you can play around on. So yeah, it's not a good idea to give them blank.
Yeah,
data, without the data an instance, so they cannot work. So the people who are trying to learn, they also give them the demo data they can play around on. So you have 67, I have 71 because I created so many new ones.
Yeah.
So
So
when this
whenever,
yeah,
just a quick question, whenever a company wants to create their own users or groups, then they have to be blank blank data basically, right? So they do
yes,
not need.
exactly. They do not need demo data. So what will they do? The question is, what will they do with all this data? This is completely useless data for them, right?
Right.
So what they can do is they can request an instance from ServiceNow. They can raise a request that I want an instance without the demo data so that I can create my own data. Or what they can do is they can just go here and just delete this particular data, these records, but that will be, they'll have to delete from incident, problem, change, other modules, other records, sys
User
users. So we're
group.
seeing so
Yeah.
many sys users, right? 71 users we had, no use. So they will ask ServiceNow for an instance without the demo data. So this is what we have created. Let me quickly close this particular request for you guys so you can see this is now resolved. I will give the resolution code. Okay, the issue is solution provided, and something I can do. Please ignore any of the spelling mistakes. And this guy will be able to see that, okay, my incident is now quickly resolved. And thank you for that. And he can, either he can reopen it or he can directly close it from here. If he doesn't close, the incident will automatically gets closed according to the configuration that were made in the system. So this is one thing. We have created 4 users. We have given them roles, and these users had created, let's say self-service user has actually created 1 or 2 tickets. The channel, why it selected a self-service channel, because we created them from this service portal, the portal which is only given to end users. And one more thing I want to quickly show you. Yeah, this is getting interested, and we are actually running short on time. So previously, I told you, right? People tend to come up to this particular incident list in this backend. We call it as backend or native view or classic view. This is classic. You can see. Let me know if you cannot see, because I'm able to see this Zoom banner over here. So this is classic view of ServiceNow. But in nowadays, they have given to these agents, the agents that will be working on your tickets or the incident, they have given them a workspace, service operation agents, service operation workspace. So if I refresh, I will be logged out of this particular ITIL. I will have to go back and log in. Yeah, I will have to impersonate again with ITIL. But yeah, you got the gist of it. So that guy will go over here. So ServiceNow have given them a new way of working. You should not go on the backend or the classic view. You have your own workspace. You just go here and find your tickets or incidents or anything that is there, that are assigned to you. So that guy will come up to the workspace. It is exactly the same actually, and they can work on these filters assigned to the system administrator or activist true. I removed one filter and I got all of these things, which says this guy, and he can just directly click on this particular incident. Okay, this incident is someone was working on it. Okay, this is resolved. I can ask for the feedback, or I can ask for some of the questions, and he can actually work on this workspace. So this is a new advanced way of working on this incident. This gives you the overview, a summary of what the incident was about, who created it, you can contact. So this is completely agents thing. This is assigned to Fred Luddy. It is a holistic view of the incident. Obviously, that's how the agents work. They can click on these details and they can see all of the details. These are all of the same fields that we were able to see, right, on this particular incident form. Let me bring it over here.
So, Gaurav, like if you want to impersonate as the particular user, like it will not ask for any username or password, right?
No, it will not.
As you are a admin.
Yeah, we are admin. Only admins can impersonate.
Yeah, and like at that, and we can, on behalf of them, we can create incidents also.
Correct, we can do that. But instead of spoiling anyone's record or anyone's, so there are people, right? There are
Yeah,
some
got it.
nasty people that try to do something. Everything gets recorded inside
Yep.
ServiceNow. So whatever you try to change, let's say I try to change this particular field to, okay, I don't want to work on this, and I impersonated with that guy, and I changed this, but it will be presented over there, and it will say,
Notes.
okay,
Yes.
this guy actually changed this thing. And how I can see is either from work notes or somewhere, and even from history. From the history, I can see that this particular description was previously this. Let me show you exactly how we actually do these things. So there are some elements that try to see. So see, old value was this and new value was this, and this was
And
done by
you
this
change.
particular guy. Yeah, so you can never run out of it. So this is a good thing that ServiceNow has provided. So this is completely for agents. They can work on this. Let me go back to the record, which is not resolved. Actually, my laptop is broken, this one. So this workspace is a very good thing provided to agents. They can work on this, they can type the comments. What's your issue or something? They can post the comment, that guy will be able to see. Let me go to that guy, go to his incidents, the laptop wala incident, and I can see that he have posted some comments. Agent, now agent is working on his workspace, this particular workspace. He's communicating with that guy. He can also contact him, see the so a holistic view. He can see everything, summary or the impact, or he can add the cause or anything. He can put up the details, see the details, what is happening, and he can also see the activity, what someone did. So previously it was new, someone system admin was changed it to in progress, and this guy posted these 2-3 comments and everything. So they can work over here and they can quickly resolve it. So while resolving, they'll have to provide the resolution code. But please, you understand this thing, everything that is coming over here, it is coming from the fundamental screen, which is this guy. So if you open this, everything, things will definitely become advanced, things will definitely become more beautifully designed. There will be more UI action, UX or UI things that will be implemented. But whatever these resolution codes and resolution notes, this is coming from here. So see, I updated something. This thing I also want to show you. If anyone updates something from somewhere, this and you're working on this form, so let's say this form is open in front of you and anyone updated something. So these 4 fields were updated by system administrator. You can see this blue icon which says this guy has modified this particular field while you were working on this incident, and the state got changed and it got resolved and everything happened. So if
blue tick shows that.
yeah, if you see something got updated, it will come up with a blue icon in front of that particular field. And before making any change, it is a good idea to refresh. Let's say you are also working on that ticket and that guy also working on that ticket. So it's a good idea to give it a refresh and then save your changes. So this is for today's class, and yeah, it was an interesting one. I also liked it. We will cover some of these things tomorrow, where we will try to modify the form and we will configure the form. This particular form will have so many things. Please refer this particular recording. Prasad will share the link with you guys, and you can try to implement these things. Create these 4 users, 5 users, whatever you want. Change their password. Try to log into this their instance using an incognito window or a different browser, let's say Edge. Try to see what all privileges these guys are having, what they can do, right? How they what all options they are able to see. Admin can see all of these things, but these guys are not able to see some things. Try to create some incidents, break some incident, do whatever you want. This is your PDI. No one is going to call names on you, and more you break things, more you will learn. And yep, this is it for today's class. Anyone have any questions? They can ask.
Gaurav, just wanted to know what is the way to import like users or groups into this service now?
Yes, that is a good question, because you will not be creating these users manually. You can have thousands of users. It's a bad idea. So you can import the users. There are multiple ways. You can import the users from the Excel sheet provided to someone. I will give this particular demo to you tomorrow also. Let me note it down. Importing users from Excel sheet.
Or REST call also.
Yeah, REST APIs, we can do that. We can also integrate to other tools also. Let's say, you know, there is an user directory which we call LDAP. LDAP has some users inside it. We can integrate with LDAP and it will automatically fetch users for you and add those users directly inside ServiceNow. So I will try to show you. So all these things comes up in integration module. I will show you how to do everything in integration module, but let's just go step by step.
Sure.
We just created these 4 users manually and added roles. Yeah, one thing that you'll have to keep in mind, don't add rules directly to your user. It is not a good idea. ServiceNow suggests to add
Groups.
roles to a groups and assign these groups to these users. It's not a good idea. For training purpose, I've shown you to add these roles directly to a user, but you'll have to create a group, add those rules to that group, and add this group to this particular user, or add this user to this particular group. This is a good idea. Why this is a good idea, I will tell you in the next class. Please also note this question and remind me to answer this one to you. Why adding roles to the groups and not directly to the users?
And if you have 2 minutes, could you please just look my instance why I'm
Yes,
not able
please.
to see any records?
Share the screen.
Okay. Can you see my
Can
screen?
you? Yeah, I can maximize this. You logged in with which user?
Why it is not showing user? Previously it was showing the icon, but when I shared,
Okay, no problem. Can you remove this incident keyword from left-hand navigator and click on all, or just directly reload the page?
okay.
Show all of the modules that you have.
Yes. So for an example, system properties,
Spelling.
Yes, right.
Mhm,
basic configuration or my company and everything is there.
mhm. And what was your issue?
So if I go to the incident, maybe I broke something. So
No, that is you're not logged in. Okay. So you have your own instance.
right.
That's a
And
good
it is
thing.
admin. It is admin.
Uh-huh.
If I go to incidents, all, it doesn't show me any records. I think previously it was showing.
Okay. Can you try to create one? Quickly create and submit one.
Short description, test, caller.
Probably the instance that you have requested, you've not requested demo data into it.
I think data is not there, but
Probably.
these are the data is already there. Caller, if I submit,
No,
so
you don't have any data inside it. Can you click on problems and try to look problems? Remove S also at the end.
problem.
Click on all. Yeah, you don't have any demo data. Probably
So
you
it is
have requested an instance without the demo data.
data maybe. Okay.
You can create your records and create your data also. But yeah, this is also a good example. We can utilize your instance just to show what comes up with the demo data and what doesn't comes up without.
Sure. I will try to get another instance with all the data also. Then
Yep. Thank
I
you,
will call.
Abhishek. And yeah, thank you everyone. It was a nice session. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.